if there is something which I find interesting, then I would spend time playing around with the idea, trying different things. Sometimes it is like you are folding and there is a step which catch your attention because there is something. This is a very nice step, for example, or you like the collapse, or you like the shape, and then I start to get ideas. Okay, let's try this, let's try that, and then I can spend some hours just folding like crazy, trying this and that, and maybe in the end there will be some model out of it, and maybe not. Maybe you never know.
Right.
I never know.
Yeah, it's important to talk about that because sometimes we start just by playing and the play doesn't take us anywhere, but the process teaches us something. And that's one of the things that we have been talking about with this membership, about the opening ourselves to the possibility of playing without necessarily having to succeed in the sense of creating something new. The same is true for when we learn a figure, when we're interpreting somebody else's figure, that we have to open ourselves to follow steps, and not always can we, at least at the beginning, succeed in making or accomplishing the interpretation of what we want to do. So it's good to hear from you that that might be the case, and that's the case many times. I'm going to share my screen here because I selected some photographs so that perhaps you can talk about these types or these themes that you have developed. You love to make miniatures, and I'll share the screen. At the moment, I'm going to. Okay. Share the screen with some of the work of Dáša. So I'm going to go up. Here is the first photograph that I'm sharing from your work. We realize that you're very geometric and also you love miniature. Talk to us about that love of miniature. Why is it that you're inclined to do this work?
That I'm not sure I can really explain why I like it, but I think I like it's always a bit of a challenge because when you want to fold small, there is always the question, can I go smaller? Can I do it in this size or can I not? So it's always, you have to try to know. So I think it's a nice challenge, and I think I am quite precise folder, so I can go smaller. And when you go, for example, I don't like to fold big things because usually I was restricted by space. I didn't have much space at home for folding big sheets of paper, because for that you need a clean table, big table, where you can put the 70 centimeter square. So that was never really my thing. And oftentimes I was folding in the buses and in the trams. So you don't, when you fold square, which is 10 centimeters big, you don't need to have any space. You can do it anywhere. You can put the square in your bag and take it out when you have 5 minutes in the bus. That's basically what I was doing with my kids were small, because every minute I had when they were sleeping or occupied, I was really using to fold. So maybe from that it comes, that it is practical to bring something small when you have very little time to do foldings properly.
Right.
As a main activity.
Yeah, thank you. So it's a matter of practicality, it's a matter of inclination, yes, because you love to do that, but it's the practical side of life and origami. If you make something smaller, you spend less time, and also yes, you don't need as much space to work or to store, right?
Yes, also storing is much easier because I don't know if you can, but you can see me, yes? This is the small box, which contains quite several models. I will show you some just to, this is some, I don't know, I can't really make it very, but here is the rose.
Oh my God.
I can't make it sharp, so sorry for that, but yes, but it here in this size, this is the tiny hydrangea. I'm sorry. The biggest problem when you fold small is that you should not lose your model, because sometimes there is a wind or something, or somebody is coming back and there is this air coming and your model is just flying away. And then when it is this small, you have really hard time to find it. But and another thing is when you fold small, time is growing up. So there is an optimal size when you can be fast and precise and everything is smooth. But then when you go smaller, then everything takes more time because you have to really concentrate to place. It's not that easy to operate on that size because our fingers are much bigger. So up to till some point it is perfect. I like to fold around 7.5 and till 15 centimeters maybe, or 5 centimeters. That's a good size. But when you go smaller, and it starts to be like growing exponentially, the time and everything needed.
Right. Yeah, that's a very interesting observation that you can go small only to a certain extent. Otherwise, we will not. We will go in the other direction about time, because something too small requires a lot of time to make it beautiful, to make it right. Yeah.